All right, guys, let's take a look at a Grand Seiko. Yes, shocking, right? Another Grand Seiko on my channel, but I have to say big thanks to Exquisite Timepieces down in Naples, Florida. A link in the description to their website. Contact information so you can get a hold of Nick there, or anybody really, but if you get a hold of Nick, tell him I sent you. He'll take care of you really good. So this is going to sound kind of weird because I'm going to say affordable Grand Seiko, right? I'm not dismissing that $5,700 is a lot of money. It definitely is a lot of money. But in the Grand Seiko world, $5,700 gets you a lot of watch. So this is the SBGM245 using the automatic high beat movement 9S66. And it's in their sport collection. So the size of this case and feel is going to be a really good, clean transition from, say, like, I don't know, guys like me that are like Seiko fanboys. This case is going to seem familiar to you. It kind of has that diver style case that we're all familiar with, and it's a very sporty watch. Case size on this, I measure, well, the website says 40 and a half. I measure 40.3, so whatever, we'll call it 40 and a half. The lug to lug is a 48.6. The thickness is about 14 and a half, a little bit on the thicker side. 20 millimeter lug width there in this nice bracelet, tapers down to 18 millimeter. You do have a pretty well done fold over clasp. Is it, super fancy with on the fly adjustments or stuff like that? No, but it is nicely clean signed Grand Seiko double pusher, and it has 4 micro adjusts in the spring bar fashion, which is I'm totally fine with. You guys know I'm totally fine with this clasp. I prefer this clasp over the clasp that's going to be on this 9F quartz. I'll tell you that. Like, this one is still a nice clasp, but I would take this clasp all day long over that one. So big thanks to Grand Seiko for at least doing that. All right, so let's zoom in as we're talking about the movement, because we can get a closer look at that great Grand Seiko finishing. This has a very deep blue colored dial on there, and you have a red GMT hand hiding behind that minute hand. Let's unscrew the crown. This does have a 200 meter water depth rating on it. So you unscrew that crown, it is signed, and you have a very smooth winding action. And then, of course, if you pop the crown out, if I can get it to do it, one position, you will see you have a jumping hour. So this is a traveler's GMT. So this is what most of us desire in the watch hobby, is a traveler's GMT. Now, if you pop it all the way out, you can hack the movement, and then you can adjust the time, and that's how you will set your GMT hand as well. So you can go ahead and adjust that. And of course, to adjust the date, you're going to use the jump hour to go forward or backward with it. So, for example, we're in the AM, I think, right now. So if we go all the way around, that's where we change the date. You can see right there. So now you know you're in the PM for that time zone, and you're in the AM on that one. So you'd have to adjust everything accordingly. So there's tons of videos out there on how to adjust your GMT watch. Don't listen to me, because I will probably send you in the wrong direction. So we're just taking a closer look at this. Beautiful high polished finish on this thing with a little bit of smudging. Sorry about that. You have a fixed 24-hour metal bezel on this thing, and it looks the sport collection part. The inner chapter, you do have like the silver lower part and then the black upper part, again, to separate that AM and PM on, well, the different time zones. So I love the crown being over here at the 4 o'clock position. The date, we could pick different spots for it. That's going to be a, I don't know if you're going to ever make anybody super happy with that, but it is kind of nice that it lines up with the crown. It looks somewhat asymmetrical in its design, I suppose. And it looks like we have, I'm trying to look at the hardware on the bracelet. It looks like screws on both sides. It's hard to tell. But beautiful finishing on this, super legible. Like I said, $5,700. I get it. It's a lot of money, but we're talking Grand Seiko here. So here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It feels at home, guys. It feels just like any other Seiko diver that you would put on your wrist. It feels exactly like that, except for it's going to have a little more heft to it. It has a little more weight to it, and obviously it has a more premium look and feel to it. It's better, right? It's a Grand Seiko. We didn't really show the case back up close, did we? We can take a closer look at that as well. It does have a sticker on there. These are new watches, so I don't want to like totally peel it. But you can see you have that nice Grand Seiko case back. Very ornate, very cool. All right, let's kill the lights and check the loom. Before we do that, I will put it side by side with the 9F quartz GMT. I will be doing a video on that one here soon. Both great watches. I just wish the quartz, this one here, had a different clasp. I'm not a huge fan of that particular clasp, but I do like both these watches, whether you want to go automatic. You know, there's even some spring drive variants of, obviously, but that's going to go up in price. This kind of fills that market rate in between that, and then you can go to the slightly more affordable 9F quartz. You're only going to save a few $100. So like if you're like me and most guys that at that level in the watch hobby, if you're buying a more expensive watch, you kind of want that automatic watch. And this one is a high beat. It's beats at 36,000 vibrations per hour. So great movement. 72-hour power reserve, plus 5 seconds minus 3 seconds per day accuracy. So 36 joules. I mean, look it up. I'll put a link in the description as well for that. So you can see there, great loom on the GMT, hour, minute, and then you have your cardinal positions, the 12, 3, 6, and 9. You have excellent loom. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.